Live. Welcome, everybody. Give us a minute. We will just be retweeting the room and sharing the platform, getting it out to everyone, and then we shall begin the podcast with Michael, aka Big Dog Alpha, direct from
Yeah.
Onelink Solutions. And yeah, we're very excited to be giving you the lowdown on everything that we have to share today. I'm just sending that link over to you now.
Cool beans.
And while you're doing that, I shall do the intro, and then you can just focus on sharing that where you want and not have to worry for a minute. Right, you have got that.
Did you send that in Discord?
Yeah, that's in
Or
our
where'd you send it?
Discord
Okay.
conversation. Yes,
Cool beans.
yes. Okay, hello. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Uni-Fy podcast where we demystify Web3. Every week, we interview business leaders, founders, and individuals in or looking to enter the Web3 ecosystem. Our guests share their experience, advice, and their mistakes so that you can learn from the best. Today, I'm very excited to introduce you to Onelink Solutions. And with us, we have Michael, aka Big Dog Alpha. If you don't know Big Dog Alpha and you don't know Onelink Solutions, you do need to get to know them. These guys offer full stack legal services and everything that you need to indemnify your Web3 business or Web2 business. But today we're focusing on Web3. And yeah, let's dive straight into it, man. It's a pleasure to see you again. I know last time we were here, we had some technical issues. It was certainly my first ever podcast with a live stream video. It was too dark. The mic was echoing. My goodness, there were many issues. So it's great to have you back, and and be on a sort of clearer, more practiced venue. So yeah.
Yeah, good to be here again too.
Yeah, thanks for
Pleasure,
coming, man.
pleasure.
Yeah, thanks for coming. So how's your day been?
It's been busy. We had a holiday weekend here in the US, so Monday was a day off and we did some stuff with the family. So it was good to be able to just take a day off and not turn it on the PC for a little while, in addition to the rest of the weekend. So just getting back in on Tuesday, it's been kind of busy trying to catch up with everything.
Yeah, man, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, was it Labor Day? Is that the day it was?
It was Labor Day, yeah.
Yeah.
So basically if you have a job, you're supposed to take the day off.
Perfect.
Supposed to.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, my son went back to school today, and he's got an inset day already on Friday. So I don't get it.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, sweet for him, but like I've just done 6 weeks of full-time parenting. I need a break, man. Get those kids in school, keep them there.
I hear you. It's nice because both of ours are finally in some kind of a school during the day. Our youngest is in preschool right now, so we're actually starting to get some daytime freedom. Where it's like they're at school, they're both at school. One's in first grade, the other's in preschool, so we can actually have a little bit of a little bit of time to get things done without nonstop paying attention to kids all day. So it's kind of nice, and hearing them in the background while you're on meetings.
Yes,
It's
yeah,
good.
exactly. No doors opening, going, Daddy, Daddy, could I have a cuddle? Anyway, we digress. So, yeah, look, we've done this once before. Quality was bad, technical issues. So we are going to just rerun this whole thing. Since we last spoke, I know Onelink obviously does not stop. It does not sleep. It has been developing.
No.
Lots of exciting things to share and some big news, in the NFT space regarding the FCC. So we'll get into that a little bit later. We shall do some screen sharing so you can see the Onelink's website and maybe a few details about the FCC thing that's going on with the Tom Bailu project, Impact Theory. So lots to get into.
Correct.
But first and foremost, the question I ask every guest, and the question I've once asked you before, and I'm going to ask you again, is how did you get into Web3 and crypto? Use your own words, start wherever you want, and let us know.
Everybody knows what happened around COVID. We all sat around the house doing pretty much nothing for the longest time, and it was no different here in the United States. There was a point where everybody had to start working from home. Nobody was going into the office. Gyms weren't open. Nothing. So, at first it was kind of like a welcome vacation to a point. Like some of us that were working all the time, it was nice to actually be at home, not having to do the commute every day, but things like that are kind of short-lived. It gets old after a while, like really quickly. So, spending your time indoors all day long, you had to start thinking about ways to be productive. You had to entertain your kids, for those of you that have kids, make events happen for the family so that everybody's happy. And staying productive, talking to people on the phone all the time. It gets old after a while. The headset starts to burn a hole in your ear. So in filling your time to be productive, I was talking to a lot of my friends, and one of them actually got me interested in what he was working on with his personal investments with buying crypto and getting involved in it. And obviously, with lack of things to do, I just thought, okay, well, my DJ business isn't doing anything because I can't do events. My day job just basically was like making me work from home all the time. So I was sitting here and without having anywhere to go aside from the grocery store, all masked up. There wasn't anywhere else to go. So I had to really find some things to do. And his introduction into crypto and NFTs seemed like something interesting for me to be able to do at home and safety of my own home. So it was something I decided, well, I got the time, so I might as well look into it. And that's honestly the whole introduction. He was into Cardano really heavy. He got me in my first NFT project on Cardano, so I could go in and actually buy a race car for a project that has since rugged, but it's kind of it's 50-50 shot. Will they rug? Will they not? So since then it's just been kind of like interesting. And even after we've started getting back out of the house, going back to the gym, going back to work and things like that, it was something I ended up staying in touch with because I realized the potential of the technology in Web3 and how well it could do down the road when applied properly and once the business develops itself. And I know these are technologies that take time to develop. It's not just going to be an overnight hit and all of a sudden everybody's using them. So I wanted to be an early adopter. I wanted to be able to get in and understand how it could apply and just move from there. So that's where I got into crypto, and that was what was it, mid 2020 when I first started getting my introduction into it. So here we are, it's 2023, 3 years later.
Boom. Yeah, and it's been in a bumpy ride, right? It's up and down. I know when I first bought ADA, it had a really nice pump and kind of leveled off and then settled back down again. And did you branch out into any other cryptos? I mean, how did you end up on Solana?
Oh yeah. Yep, I ended up going from picking up a certain number of tokens initially, just because of obviously the decrease, the rapid increase in price. So I just saw, oh, this is going to work and it's going to keep going up or whatever. I had no idea of the whole Bitcoin halving and the whole ebbs and flows of the market over the halvings and things and the 4-year cycles. So I just started getting in. I thought, okay, well, Cardano's a good one. What about some of these others? Why is this one $200 a coin? Why is this one $4,000 a coin? Looking at Ethereum and stuff. So I understood by getting into Coinbase, you were able to buy just these percentages. It's not like stocks where you have to buy a share at a time or a coin at a time. You could buy percentages. So $50 here, $50 there, $100 here, $100 there, $150 here, 100. At that point, it just started turning into, okay, where do I want to get into these things? So, and yeah, I ended up getting into Ethereum, Bitcoin, I mean, a ton of other small tokens that I've since sold, Solana, and then I realized how much I really enjoyed getting into the NFT market. So then I thought, where's some good NFT markets? And my friends were giving me advice on this chain or that chain, et cetera. Ethereum got really, really expensive for gas prices there for a while. And then if a transaction failed, you would lose the gas price anyway. I'd lose $80 here, $100 here, $200 here. So at that point, I thought, man, Solana almost charges you not even a full penny for a transaction sometimes. So let's get in there, and that's what started the whole Solana, interest, and that's where I ended up really settling the majority of my time. I still have NFTs on other chains. I still have experience on other chains. Involvement in other crypto projects, but Solana is pretty much where I call home right now. For where all of the work is and the reputation that I've built up and all the connections and the partnerships and relationships that I built.
Nice, man. Yeah, Solana for life for sure. I mean, I don't know if you saw, I think it was today, I know Visa are including Solana in their stablecoin efforts. So that's exciting. I think that's reflected in the charts already. Yeah, man. So, Solana for life, Solana for community, Solana for transaction speed and fees, which brings us nicely into Onelink Solutions, man. I mean, this is your, the project that you're a part of, and I want you to give us a lowdown on Onelink Solutions. Explain it as if no one's ever heard of it before, giving it to the audience who are both very familiar with Web3 and give it to the audience for people who maybe are just discovering. They've seen our title, tax-free profits registering your Web3 business in Dubai.
Yeah.
So yeah, give us a lowdown and then we'll dig into the bits on that.
So the basic premise behind Onelink Solutions is we've realized that there is a country out there, and there's a handful of countries with lax regulations on crypto, but there's a country out there that has it right, and that's the United Arab Emirates, and they have an actual free zone authority, which means if you register a company in this free zone authority, then you literally will pay zero taxes on income for that company. There are certain things that are required to fit into this free zone authority, but crypto and NFT projects fit perfectly. So when we realized that something like that was actually out there and not a lot of companies actually knew about this, we started thinking about how would be a way to actually apply this to the industry to try to help out the NFT projects and companies that we're working with so that they could even be more profitable, so that they could have longer lasting business models. And in the most empirical sense, what we want to do is we want to try to make Web3 a more viable place for businesses to actually operate. The news takes a lot of the stories that happen in Web3, rugs, scammers, people losing money, not fulfilling the obligations that they have set out for with their business. And that's what really catches in the news. So the mainstream audience out there, and I don't just mean the Web3 audience, but the mainstream audience looks at Web3 and crypto and NFT projects as I might lose my money. It's something that they could be scared at because that's mainly the news that they hear. So what we need to do with the perception of this is we need to actually change the perception of how the regular audience actually sees Web3. So to do that, we need to try to enhance the professionalism of the companies that are out there. We want to take the mindset off of an NFT project and change that to where it's more of an NFT company. So that's kind of the goal. We want to make Web3 more legitimate for people to want to do business in. And in doing so, we want to help them register these companies, and why not register them in a place where they can save all their money on taxes and actually increase their profits. That'll give them a longer standing business model. As well as if you're going to register a company, there's a mindset behind doing something like that that's not so temporary, not so short term. That's going to make it easier for the Web3 audience to actually want to purchase one of their products because there's an opportunity for that business to be around a little longer. So we want to try to change the mentality of Web3 to the point where it becomes a longer term professional environment. And that's part of where this happens by registering companies into a place that's more profitable for the company, as well as providing legal support for these projects to help them understand where these regulations could be coming from in the in the jurisdictions that they're in. And for example, that's one of the projects one of the lawsuits that I'll help talk about today that we found out about today, where the SEC in the United States is now filing lawsuits against companies that are selling NFTs to residents in the United States. How do you protect yourself against stuff like that? We're going to help you with understanding those regulations and being legally compliant, especially in all the countries that you operate in.
I love that, man. And I think it's a hugely important factor in indemnifying not just your own project, but like the whole of Web3, right? Like we don't want to see rugs. We don't want to see people losing money. We want to see people thriving with longevity, sustainable business, and set up in the right way. And what better way than to pay no tax, man? I mean, it's just a no-brainer, right? It just makes sense. So dive into the process, if you will. I got an idea for a Web3, speaking hypothetically now, I've got an idea for a Web3 business or NFT project. I want to do things the right way. I am aware of Onelink Solutions, so I reach out, and then what happens after that?
What we do at this point is we make sure that your project fits in the terms of the Free Zone Authority, which would mean, there are two things that are mainly illegal. You're not in the Free Zone Authority. You cannot have a project related to gambling, and you cannot have a project related to pornography, which are just pretty much understandable regulations at that point. We also need to make sure that you fit within the regulations of anti-money laundering. There's certain typical illegal things. So you're going to be keeping, bookkeeping records on the company expenses, throughout the year, just to prove at the end of the year that you're not buying rockets for somebody, et cetera, and doing things where you're just switching money around. So, obviously you need to be, working in a fairly legal operating manner so that you're doing things in a legitimate way. But as long as you fit into certain criteria, like you do not have a brick and mortar that is selling products specifically to the citizens of the United Arab Emirates, and you are mainly an online business and you operate globally, then you pretty much would fit into the categorization to be able to register your company
So
there.
sorry.
So at that point, we would take your.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
go ahead.
just dive into that. Just bullet point those for me again. So those three major factors you said. So like no brick and mortar shop within the United Arab Emirates. Yeah.
Correct. That is selling products only and directly to the citizens of the UAE.
Okay. Next one.
Next one, you fit into the no pornography, no gambling. You're not money laundering. You fit into the legal aspects of that. And it's like an online business that operates globally. So like you can sell you can have services that are being sold to the United Arab Emirates, but it can't be specifically just to them. It can be a global audience. So it's something that it doesn't matter where your customers are coming from. For example, like an NFT project. If there are people in the UAE that want to buy your NFT, that's fine. If there are people in the United States who want to buy your NFT, your disclaimers and stuff will make sure that everything that you are selling gives the right disclaimer based on where you're selling it from. So for example, and again, I might be getting a little thick and detailed on this example here, but depending on the regulations of the United States, if the United States doesn't allow you to buy certain types of NFTs, as long as the disclaimers are on your website saying that, residents of this should be aware that in the United States, this is the regulation concerning this. As long as you have those disclaimers up, you're okay. Okay. Then.
And
purchase at your own risk, etc. So you have to be able to operate pretty much globally where anybody could take part.
Nice. In and you just mentioned disclaimers. Is that something that Onelink helps you put out there and word correctly and legally?
Correct. We are able to put all the disclaimers out there for you, help you build your terms and conditions.
Fantastic. Okay, excellent, man. So yeah. Next.
So as long as it's a global business, then yes, that would fit into what the Free Zone Authority would need your business to be operating as. So it could be something as little as easy as, let me think, social media marketing, and a digital advertising company. You could be an actual influencer, because again, you have just a product that is global. You could be an NFT company. You can be an NFT marketplace. There's a lot of internet type businesses that you are offering pretty much globally because you're just based online. That would fit into this category. Now, and we're not just talking Web3.
Nice. So yeah, you ran over some really good points there. So social media marketing companies, if you're out there, you can register your company with Onelink Solutions out in the UAE, and in doing so, you would instantly turn your tax into profits. Is what I'm hearing you say.
Correct.
Influencers, huge, dealing with large amounts of money. Maybe they don't see themselves as a business, but I mean, why not turn your business and register that over to UAE and pay no tax on your profits? Which again turns tax that you are currently paying into profit, right? So huge gains very quickly and effectively. Okay, so I've reached out to you. You've given me this information. I believe that stems from a call, right? A discovery call with you guys, with yourself, or with Stefan, the founder. Nice.
Correct.
And is it?
You would talk directly to myself or directly to Stefan. So you would talk right to us.
Outstanding. And okay, so now I've done that. What is the company registration? I imagine that's not a generic sum of money. That I imagine it depends on what sort of business you are, or does that fit into a one lump sum payment that is, applies to everyone?
There are only very small differences in what you would need to pay based on your company type. Like if you need an actual financial license, there's an extra fee on top of that. Like if you're holding other people's money and then investing that or doing things with other people's money, there's a different type of license for that, which is still okay, but there's a different cost for that. But the standard registration fee for us, in order to register your company and be able to help you get to this point, within a 5 to 7 day period, generally is how fast we can get this done, is $4,800.
Wow. Okay, that's incredible. And
USD.
so let's just talk about it from the perspective that it's a influencer and they already have a business. What would you advise them to do?
Generally, every dollar that you're making per day, you have to pay taxes on up to 20, 30, 40%, depending on the company that you're in. If you wanted to stop paying those taxes at the end of the year or quarterly or however often you pay them, and you are paying more than that, more than 4,800 per year in taxes generally, then the day that you actually register your company and you get the name approved and you send in all the docs and the docs get approved and sent back to you and you have your company formation, that's the day you stop paying taxes. The money that you spend on registering your company, if it is less than what you are paying in taxes, then that's money that pays for itself, obviously, depending on what time of year you would register. And then obviously you have a 1-year license that would come up for registration, re-registration again 1 year later. It's slightly less each year. We can't promise pricing on that because that's based on the Free Zone Authority's pricing as they make adjustments, et cetera. But it's not going to be significantly different than what you've paid so far from what we've seen.
Fantastic.
So we're already coming up on, we've been in existence for a little over a year now. So we've actually got renewals that are coming up, that have been coming up like last month and this month. And the price this year technically is a little bit, from what we've seen so far, is a little bit less than what they paid originally.
Fantastic.
So there's a renewal fee. So it's, it's just an annual renewal fee. But if you're making more than, in certain cases, $25,000 a year US, then you're paying more in taxes than it would cost to register your company.
Wow, that's incredible. And so what I've heard you say there as well is if you already have an existing business, you can still, essentially switch that over to a UAE registered business, like a tax-free zone profit.
Correct.
And then obviously if you don't have a business and you're just like setting up, then you would just do that in the first place. Nice.
Correct.
And 5 to 7 day turnaround on that. Outstanding.
Yep. If there are obviously some holdups that could make that go a little longer. For example, if you pick a company name that is already in use in the area, then we would need you to change that. We give you 3 options to pick, and then you'd be able to pick like different names. What, if this one's taken, then do this. If this one's taken, do this. If those are all taken, we'd need to reissue the documents so you could pick 3 new names. And we've seen that a couple of times, not too often. Some people who already have been registered in the UAE, have chosen multiple names, and next thing you know, they want a business with this name, just for copyright protection or whatever, some reasons they would have. So just in case the name that you chose is already taken or too similar to one that's already taken, then you would need to pick new names. If the email signatures are taking you a couple days to actually get to because you don't check your email fast enough, we can always add time in for that. But if you are able to do everything as fast as we send it to you, it can be in as little as 5 to 7 days.
Fantastic, man. That's amazing. And so I know, like with ourselves, with Uni-Fy, you also mentioned that we would need a corporate crypto account. Could you give us some information on that? I think that was a real eye opener for us.
There's a couple of different ways that people need to handle their finances as a company. One, if you are looking for any kind of VC investments, chances are most of the time they're not going to give you a VC investment to just some random crypto wallet that you send them. They're going to need to see a corporate account that's linked to the business in order for them to give you money. If you're taking payments in crypto, then you're probably going to want that to go into a business crypto account. Or if you're taking business in fiat, you're probably going to want a corporate bank account, just like most businesses that are out there. We can actually get those set up for you as well. And keep in mind, the services that we're talking about, you don't have to come to Dubai at all for any of these. You don't have to come to Dubai to create your business. You don't have to come to Dubai to create your bank account. You don't have to come to Dubai to create your crypto account. But you do probably want to have those accounts set up with your business for multiple reasons. Obviously, one, for bookkeeping for your company, needs to be at a company account. And 2, we're talking about company account income here. Okay, that's what you're paying no taxes on. We're not talking about distributions the company makes to individuals. Any money that actually comes in to the business and goes into the business account, that is what is tax-free. Any spending that happens out of those accounts is what's, when I say tax-free, you don't have to worry about what that is spent on. When it comes to, is this a proper expense for my business account? You don't have to worry about that because nothing's taxed anyway. So it doesn't really matter what it is spent out, what it's spent on. out of that account. Now, if you're just using your personal business account, your personal bank account, or your personal crypto account for these, now it becomes a little more difficult for you to be able to track and separate the expenses based on what your business income is and what your own personal use is out of that account. So that's why it's recommended to have obviously separate accounts for business and personal. But just again, keep in mind, if you're spending things from your corporate debit card, nobody's going to ask whether it is a business expense or a personal expense, because there's no such thing as an approved expense, because you don't have to worry about whether it's taxed or not. There are no taxes. So you could use the business account to buy things that you would necessarily possibly use for your personal, because you wouldn't have to explain that it's taxable or not. Nothing's taxable for the company. So as long as it's a company expense, which you can claim it is, nobody's going to question that.
That's huge. I mean, that alone, I mean, from what I'm hearing, it just makes sense to be doing this. I mean, even if you were,
Yes.
An e-commerce dropshipping store, even if you were, I don't know, a consultant, based online, this all just kind of adds up and makes sense to do. Fantastic, man. And so, corporate crypto account done. What are the other aspects of Onelink Solutions that really help indemnify new and existing businesses?
Well, here's the other parts that we do that are different than just regular registration services. Obviously, you're going to get legal support from us, and this is something that we want to make sure that we are here to support for the life of your business. So if you register for the next 12 months, you're going to get our support. So it's not like we're just registering and leaving you to do whatever. We actually are a part of the whole process going through. We do value stream assessment calls to make sure that you understand your customer properly, whether you have any areas of opportunity that could use some assistance. We will actually get you connected with some of the resources where we do find a area of opportunity, so that way you're able to actually meet with the tried and true business partners in the field that could offer you the services that you're looking for. If you need a launch pad, if you need artists, if you need coders, if you need digital marketers, if you need, whatever services are that you would need where you would have some assistance, we don't charge for that. We just say, here are the people you need to talk to who have shown their expertise in the field. So we will connect you to those type of people too, just to make sure that your business is able to sustain itself. And we do, in this value stream assessment meeting that we do with our clients and with our new potential clients, we actually will give your business a business sustainability score. How long is your business going to last, based on your capabilities right now and the services that you're going to provide? Are there changes that you're going to need to make down the road based on the adjustments to the market, adjustments to your consumer? These are the types of things that we're going to talk to make sure that our customers have the ability to withstand what could happen in the crypto market, not just in the bear, but in the bull too. The bull market could kill projects too if they don't have the capability or the capacity to handle the number of consumers that could be coming around, especially if they're having a utility, if they're creating utility that's going to be very popular that a lot of people are going to use. So you have to be able to upscale for a bull market, and you have to be able to withstand the dryness of a bear market. So there are a lot of areas that we look at to try to help them understand whether they're going to be successful long term or not. And this is something where we take the success of our clients very seriously, because obviously working with us, it means something. You're trying to make a statement and establish that you're a long-standing company, as well as you want to make sure that you are able to, make as much money as you possibly can while your business is around.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. That's one area where we're going to assist. The other area we're going to assist also is that Onelink Academy, which is another one of our branches, is also going to give you resources so that if there are areas that you want to learn in or expand into, we're going to be able to assist you with that. And that comes with legal, business coaching, even product development. We have content being created for that. Wow. How to keep your Discord handy, lots of things. So our Onelink Academy area, educational area, which we're still developing, it's still coming soon. But that's going to be something that's going to be able to help our clients coming up as well. Our goal is to release our first wave of that in Q4, just to give out the educational content to help anybody out there, even if they don't have a company right now and they're just thinking about starting one. we're going to be able to give them the resources and the knowledge and expertise in order to develop those ideas and be able to actually create a company.
Oh, I love that, man. So not only are you given like the indemnification, you're given the tax-free company registration, you're given corporate crypto accounts, allowing people to like above board receive VC funding, grants, etc. But you also provide a network for those business owners to not only develop their business, but also really their own skills, right? Like, and put them in touch with
Correct.
the people that they know that are also on the same level of, you know, indemnification to work with. Yeah,
Yep.
that's
Absolutely
huge. Okay, man. So I love everything that we've covered. What I wanted to talk about, I know that you have an affiliate program. I think that's really important. Again, this is now a case for like Web2 users. Affiliates are very common. Web3, in my opinion, is all affiliate marketing. It just hasn't been branded as such. And so there is a way for everyone to start making money with Onelink Solutions, right?
Yes.
No business or no
Yes.
business. So do you want to dive into that?
So what we've started, we decided in order to reach out to the Web3 community, we wanted to, you know, in marketing, most of the time people will start looking at targeted Google ads, target Facebook ads, some kind of social media ads, but that's not really where the Web3 audience sits. Like they spend a lot of time on Twitter, but on a lot of the other platforms where you would do a lot of marketing, there's not a lot of people that sit on the other marketplaces that actually come to Web3. So we figured the only way to really get across to the current Web3 market was to create an NFT project. And in order to do that, we wanted to do it a little differently instead of just trying to sell something to raise money, and that's not what the case for it was. We wanted to do something to actually bring people to us that would be interested in what we have to offer, as well as helping us get outreach with that product. Digital marketing crews cost a lot of money. So if you curate an audience that collects your NFT, they're probably going to be the people that are going to talk about your NFT in other Discords. They're going to tweet, retweet, especially if you have the right engagement activities in your Discord. They're going to be the people that are going to do this digital marketing for you. So we decided to do the NFT project specifically for that reason. We wanted to create a digital marketing crew. And the people that have our NFTs now, we have a collection that's 2,000 NFTs wide. Large, the people that own those are going to be able to earn kind of like a paycheck by being able to do a couple of different things. One, talking, again, just the regular activities, talking in other Discords, retweeting, making tweets about Onelink, etc. We're going to be able to pay people for doing those types of marketing activities. And if you know other projects that might want services like this, and you know, paying $0 in taxes is a pretty easy thing to sell. Hey, by the way, you can increase your profits 20 to 40% just by doing this one step. You know, if they bring us people that are able to do this, we pay them commissions just like as if they were an employee. So our holders are actually able to increase their commission percentage based on the number of NFTs of ours that they hold. But you can make between 5 and 10% off of things that could be anywhere between a $5,000 package to a $20,000 package. Wow. And that's a pretty significant payment for work that's done in the NFT world. Now, we've also done some training on that, some light training. We're going to work into a little bit deeper training as we start moving forward. But I've even created, you know, scripts for people to use, given them links for people to use, just to be able to go out into other Discords if they aren't comfortable talking about it themselves, to be able to paste these words and these phrases and these links into the other Discord tickets to talk directly to the founders, to even make it easier for them to be able to earn this income. Because all we're looking for them to do is to get founders to talk to us through a discovery call. We'll do all the work from there, but we will pay them just like a salesman that we have working for our company. And we've got a handful of salesmen working for us. The commission splits are exactly identical. So the salespeople that we have working for us and our community, they make the exact same sales commission based on them bringing us people.
Fantastic, man. So there's a huge opportunity. And how do you become affiliate? Do you have to hold a Onelink pass, or can you you know, generate the lead and pass that through just as someone who comes into the Discord?
We allow anybody who is out there to earn commission, you will just earn more commission if you are a holder and based on how many you hold. And the NFTs that we have 4 different. Actually, we only have 3 different kinds. The 4th one never got minted. It was weird.
Yes.
That one, the platinum ones never came out. It's like the ghost that exists in there. But we have 3 types that are out there that have 3 different point levels. The blue ones are worth 1 point, the purple ones are worth 2 points, and the gold ones are worth 4 points. If you have 10 points, or excuse me, 11 points worth of NFTs, then you make 10% commission. If you have 6 points or higher, up to 11, then you earn 7.5% commission. And if you have 1 point up to 5, then you earn 5%. So it's 5%, 7.5%, or 10%. If you don't hold any NFTs, then we give you a good 2.5%.
Nice one. That's amazing. And so I'm just thinking, do you want to bring up your website? I know you can share your screen and just share, make it other people a bit familiar with it, really.
Absolutely. Let me get to that screen here real quick. Hold that thought for 1 second.
And just to be transparent with all the viewers, I do hold 5 passes. Within Uni-Fy, we intend to either burn those for discounts on the services or maintain them and use them to make affiliate profits and a higher commission. We also intend to be running a partnership, and we've got some exciting developments on that we will be dropping very soon. I'm just bringing your screen into play. There you go.
There we are. So there it is. There is our website, and what we talk about here is everything that we do. We've got a nice intro video here. I won't necessarily play this while we're on, but this talks about how, if you are making a certain amount of money and you want to stop paying taxes and you want to raise your profits, this is exactly how you would do it and what we would do in order to make that process happen. As I scroll down here, you can see some of the different services that we offer. Obviously, company formation, legal advisory, financial services, and IP ownership. This is also something we handle. One of the things about NFT projects that we haven't seen a lot of projects do is that, if you have a classic piece of art that you've created, even a 10,000 piece collection, you have intellectual property that you can protect, copyrights and everything. So this is something that we can go through to make sure that all of the information that you've created, all the intellectual property you've created, is protected. This can be utilities, this can be art, anything. So that way there won't be projects out there that are recreating your utility or recreating your NFT or using your NFT into their own collection. So this is something that really will help as well, because IP ownership and copyrights are a first come first serve solution. If somebody else is out there copying your information and they're the ones that reach out for IP protection first, they're going to get it because it's a first serve first come process, and they can actually send you a cease and desist letter.
What's interesting, I think, with that is, although we haven't seen it, because I think, we've obviously been in this market of just pure FOMO and hype, which we're no longer in. We're in the bear market. So again, there's not much attention. But what might be interesting is when we go back into the bull market, those of us that are less creative actually recycling products that worked and have subsequently rugged since the last, here's something that could protect you from that in the future. So I think that's a great thing to offer. And just while we are on that factor, do you want to just talk about how with Tom Bailu, I believe is how you pronounce his name, an Impact Theory Ethereum NFT collection, which I believe he sold it as a membership, has subsequently been taken to court by the FCC. And do you want to just talk about a little bit about that, and then also how, if he was a Onelink registered company, how that may have helped him and protected him?
Yeah, this is new information that's just come out recently, and some of you might even have been able to see the story already on the Coin Bureau page, where they talked about how the SEC is starting to file lawsuits against NFT companies now. What happened here was the SEC has decided, there are 4 different components to something being an actual security, and most of the time the one that cannot be pinned to crypto is the fact that there is a central authority or some kind of a central regulation that is expressing that there is some kind of a profit to be made. One area, it has to be decentralized. And that's supposed to be the whole point about crypto. The problem was in some of the words that they were speaking about how, as you buy a piece of the NFT, you are owning a piece of the company. They're building the next Disney. This is buying our NFT is like giving $20 to Mark Zuckerberg in his dorm room. Pretty much giving the idea that there is going to be some kind of an increase in profit, and it's coming from a centralized authority. That was one of the biggest problems that was happening here. So what we have to do, obviously, is Onelink. If you are one of our customers and you have not yet creating your project, we're going to try to help you understand how to avoid those types of things when it comes to SEC lawsuits. Because obviously, if you're in the United States, we know what they're looking for when it comes to security. It's pretty much, the rules on those four areas of what a security are. All four of them have to be true. So we want to make sure that you're not true in all four, so that there's nothing that they can do to come after you for. For example, what Onelink did with our NFT pass. We're not using the money that we got from the mint in any other way except to give that back to the community in the form of almost like a gift card. Whatever the price was paid for our NFT, you can actually buy our NFT and then give it back to us in exchange for services. So it's like buying a gift card. So there is no expectation of increase in value whatsoever, because that NFT is only worth what it was paid for in an exchange for what it was worth. So it's one of those things where we're telling you. Oh, officer, go ahead.
Yeah, I lost you there. Yeah, I did message you on Discord. I lost you when you were talking about the language that he was using, basically saying it was like $20 to Zuckerberg back in the dorm room. Sorry about that.
Okay, no worries. Are we back live again? Are we still good?
Yeah, we're still good, I believe. Yeah.
No worries. So the language was that there was some kind of expectation of a profit increase, and they were using the words directly from that central authority, which was the project founder. So as at Onelink, one of the things that we wanted to make sure that we didn't do, and we would give advice to our projects based on how they're going to present themselves. We wanted to make sure that with what we did with our NFTs is we give an exact dollar amount that this thing is going to be worth that is exactly the same as what the mint price was if you were to exchange it for our services. So in effect, from the central authority, we're telling you there is going to be no profit gain here. These are only going to be worth what you paid for them when you trade them back in if you want to use our services. So there's an establishment that there is no expectation of profit increase. Now, what happens on secondary market is beyond us. That has nothing to do with anything that we're predicting or we're trying to do. We're just saying this is what these are worth. It's like somebody buying a gift card over at your local grocery store and then trying to sell it for more money to somebody else. That's out of our control. There's nothing that we can do with that. But we're telling them that this is all that they are worth. So we're making sure that there is no expectation of profit increase. Not that I would tell any other company specifically to do the same thing we did. That's just an example. But we want to make sure that they understand you can't use certain wording when promoting your NFT, so that people don't think that there's going to be a guaranteed expectation of an increase in value. So that is something that is just some of the type of advice that we try to give to our consumers, that are our customers, so that they don't do that same thing, to where, especially now that the SEC, who has never targeted NFTs before, it's obviously now they're trying to do that. So this is something that we can try to assist with.
Yeah, and this again, just to really dig into this point, moving forward with the inevitable growth and inevitable bull market that is coming, I want to see people who are founding businesses in Web3 NFT projects doing it in the right way, both for the consumer but for themselves, because the whole point, for me, of blockchain technology, right, is to free everyone, right, to give everyone a level playing field and opportunity at growth, and in doing things the right way and learning from these big people's mistakes. It was a substantial amount of money he spent on lawsuits, and then I think eventually he actually decided to fold because they have a bottomless pit of being able to tie people up, right, in lawsuits, whether they're right or wrong. You can just run out of money and you're out anyway. So I think he actually decided to cut his losses and walk away.
They ended up settling.
Yes,
they settled with the SEC, and they ended up buying back about $8 million worth of their NFTs in Ethereum.
There you go.
Yeah. So, and it was crazy how much money this cost them. And again, if they had a business registered in Dubai, which, because right now they're in the United States, they had a registered in Dubai, and they had the right disclaimers on their websites, their mint site, etc., explaining that, certain areas should be restricted based on the laws in their area, they might not have been applicable for the SEC to be actually go out and go after. So that might have been the quick fix at that point, as opposed to all the coaching that's necessary to make sure that their NFTs aren't a security.
Mm-hmm.
Register a company in Dubai, one where you don't even have to pay taxes on, and two, if you have the right disclaimers, you're kind of untouchable when it comes to who does take action to buy your NFT.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly the point there is, be careful of your language. Let's bear in mind, this all stemmed from him using the wrong language, right?
Correct.
And, I think up until very recently, we've had this ongoing concern where people are like, oh, I can't say rev share, I can't say certain things. And these are real points that lawsuits will dig up old Twitter spaces. Yes. They will dig up things you've said, and they will use that in a court of law. And I think it's important that if you really want to build for longevity, and this is a really good aspect to look at things from an investor perspective, right? If someone is registered with Onelink Solutions or a similar company, there's others out there, right? And they've done all of the right things to build their foundation in the most solid format that they can. As an investor, this is someone that you can look at and say, right, this is no financial advice. Do your own research on every single project. But people taking these steps are good flags of someone who is there for longevity and to build for the future, right? And sustainably, rather than, maybe they still had longevity in mind and sustainability in mind, but they've used the wrong language. They haven't registered anything. And now, 6 months down the line, your investment is gone due to some sort of court case like this. And this can all at least give you a safer basket to put your eggs in. So I think really consider this both as investors and as founders and as, just businesses and entrepreneurs in general. Do things right and do them off the bat. Learn from the people that have been in this very young ecosystem and sadly been made an example of. But, in one sense, it's a bonus to us, right? Because we now know what not to do and how to get around it.
Correct.
Wicked, man. I think that was a great point to cover. And if anyone's got any questions, please, feel free to ask them. We've got live chat going. If you do have questions later and you're watching this recorded, just drop it down in the comments and, we'll answer you in the comments. There will be links to all of this to both Onelink's Discord and Uni-Fy Discord in the description as well if you're on YouTube. But yeah, let's dive back into the Onelink website, man. I see you scrolling through. You've got some incredible clients there.
I scrolled down just a little bit just to show some of the big names that are working with us that are in the Solana ecosystem, as well as some others. Wolf Capital, Famous Fox, Tyro Robotics. You've got some big projects that are working with us. Influencers like Men of the Day. It's not just all Solana projects either. I mean, this solution is anyone crypto. So, if you're a Bitcoin project, Aptos project, like Aptomingos is one of our clients as well. There are clients that are not just Web3 clients that are not just Solana, and these are just a small portion of our clients right now. But these are the types of the types of people that trust us, and we can show you that they're benefiting as well. We all know how big Tayo is. How big Famous Fox is. It's not like we're just working with some of the smallest projects that are out there to save them a couple pennies at a time. We're doing a lot of legal support, a lot of different things for these clients.
Yeah,
just to make sure that they are long term.
Yeah, and just again, talking to the non-native crypto users, Web3 users. Let's say famous Fox Federation. I mean, they do considerable volume just on their raffle marketplace, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
like these aren't small businesses. These are multi-million-pound businesses. Thai Robotics, again, XD Gods I see in there. That wasn't there last time I checked, man. That's huge. So I just want, for the non-crypto natives and non-Web3 heads, just could you give some sort of comparison for like those top 3 businesses there in Web2, the equivalent? Obviously not what they do, but more like their earning and turnover volume.
Oh, I'd say like a web. If you're looking at like Famous Fox and Tayo and those guys, I mean, you're looking at like the Adidas of the shoe world.
Boom.
You know, when it comes to like the Web3 stuff, like that's how big these guys are.
Yeah, that's huge, guys. So again, just to give you to give Onelink Solutions, their flowers, and these guys are working with the mainstream brands in a non-mainstream ecosystem that is on its way to going mainstream. And not only are you able to get commission from a company that is supporting Adidas equivalent Web3 projects, but you can also work with Onelink Solutions and indemnify yourself, and then find yourself on pages like this when if you're sending, let's say you want to get VC investment, right, and you can send them to this page and your logo is on there. Even if it's not on there, it will be elsewhere on the website. That is like if you are looking to get VC funding, that's the difference between, oh, I'm a guy in my bedroom, to I'm a guy who's actually doing a startup, but it just happens to be in Web3,
Correct.
Or girl.
Yeah, and that's the thing that we want to make sure that people don't think of Web3 like companies anymore as. I don't want them to think of companies as 2 guys with sharing one laptop in between college classes in the middle of like, you know what I mean? I don't want them to think of that as the Web3 business, because that's what it was for a long time. You think about, oh, there are a couple college kids that decided they wanted to start a Web3 business, between classes, and they're sitting out in the middle of a couple of buildings between classes, and they're both sharing a laptop, looking over a laptop together. That's not what we want people to think Web3 businesses are. These are guys that have like full-blown offices, that are absolutely, creating value and trying to create stability in the entire, Web3. Yes. So we're getting another client onboarded. I'll go ahead and I'll leak a little bit of alpha on here for you. We're onboarding a new client right now called Defenders, D3F. That's how you spell the Defenders. They're creating a utility that's going to make your wallet undrainable.
Oh my God, they will do very well.
They're going to do very well. And these are the type of people that are working to create a business model or a utility that's going to make Web3 live longer, because it's going to clean it up as much as possible. And these are the type of businesses that we need to make sure that we partner with and we work with and we help, so that Web3 can live longer. This goes right along with our whole mantra of making Web3 more sustainable.
Yeah, I love that, man. And I think I put on a post, I know Snooze put out a post today talking about, some of the things he doesn't like about like the poster boys of Web3 being like casinos, pornography, and gambling, and marijuana. And, I really get his point. Like, obviously, there's space for everyone here. Yeah. But I think, and, my response to that post was people building for the longevity of Web3 with Web2 users in mind as their utility. So rather than trying to say like, oh, I've done a cool artwork and, come and buy my stuff, that's not going to cause mass adoption. What is going to cause mass adoption is utilities like these Defender guys, like yourselves, like Uni-Fy, where you're building something that fits in to existing Web2 stuff in either the sense of sustainability, indemnification and legalization, or a utility that protects against those negative connotations that are inherently linked with Web3. And so, this is exciting for me. These are the things that I think we need to be focusing on in this bear market. Our builders like yourself, like Uni-Fy, like Defenders. I'd be really, really interested to get those guys on here on the podcast, definitely.
There are a couple of guys that were on the founding team for OK Bears that broke off to create this project themselves. So, I mean, again, another really big name in the ecosystem.
Boom. Yeah, man. We've got Vaz in the artist from OK Bears. Actually, we're building out his platform for our beta launch. Yeah. So really exciting stuff, man. And I think what you're doing is extremely important. And I just wish, and I can't wait for you guys to get more and more coverage. You know, the thing with what Uni-Fy are doing, is to become this window right into Web3 that allows you to sort of siphon off the scammers and really see transparently the projects that work with their community, that have positive feedback, positive reviews. I don't know if you want to scroll down and just look at your Trustpilot reviews, for instance. This is not, you know, this is not stuff inherently available for the Web3 marketplace, right? Is reviews like this. Yes, social proof of things, you know, longevity. You know, you could look back through these and you'll see stuff from months and months ago, and you'll see stuff from yesterday. And if you can't see stuff like this, how can we expect people who are used to shopping on Amazon and seeing reviews from an hour before saying this is great or this is awful? How are you expecting these non-crypto natives to make sensible, safe and secure decisions in order for them to develop and grow? So, you know, that's Uni-Fy wants to put all of this in one place, collate it all, and give a window into Web3 where people can all see safe, powerful builders that are, you know, geared towards sustainability and growth for the long term.
Yep.
Awesome.
So that's the website.
Yeah, love it. And, you know, you've really, you know, just from my personal, I've been on your website numerous times and there's always new partners popping up there. D-Gods definitely wasn't on there last time I checked. So again, more proof that these guys are working every day, building every day, and they're here for growth and sustainability. I know I keep saying that, but for me, it's huge in Web3. So let's get into, I've just got some notes here. We covered how to become an affiliate. Let's just talk about some of the potential legal ramifications if you do things wrong. I'll lead with an example that, you know, this is a conversation that you and I had regarding Uni-Fy. And I was saying, you know, we are a startup, you know, we're bootstrapping all of our stuff, everything we're funding ourselves. And we were thinking about registering our company in the US to start with because it's cheaper. We could afford to do that. And we spoke about then doing our first mint into the US. And your instant advice was, well, look, if you do that, you're going to pay your tax on that profit. And that's going to be, you know, you're going to lose money instantly. So just talk to me about like best practices and, you know, ways that we can help others to achieve their best launch, you know.
Yeah, one of the biggest mistakes that projects make is they wait until they get their mint funds to be able to make decisions like this, because it's one of those things where it's like, okay, well, I know there's going to be a big cost associated with this. If you want to get a, you know, a corporate bank account on top of the registration, on top of the corporate exchange account, you know, you're looking at, you know, around $10,000 for a package. The problem with doing something like that is that once you get your mint funds, it's all date specific. So once your company is registered and the funds have already gone somewhere else, those funds can't be counted as tax-free dollars towards their new company. The date that company is registered starts any income from that date forward. So if you collected your mint funds prior to that, then those mint funds are going to be, you know, taxed as to whatever the, you know, wherever your company was either registered before, or if you're just doing it as a sole proprietor, wherever your personal taxes are based on your residency. So you're going to end up paying the 20, 30, or 40% tax based on wherever you live on everything up till the date that your company is registered. So the advice that I try to give everyone, if you want to get the biggest advantage, like I don't know how many projects make more money than mint, you know, after that, you know, right after mint. If you want to really get the biggest advantage of this, you need to figure out a way to take a loan, to borrow, to do whatever you need to in order to get that set up first before your mint, because chances are the money that you save in taxes from your mint, you will be able to pay back that loan or pay back whoever you borrowed the money from, your aunt, your uncle, your brother, whoever it was, you know, immediately, and it'll save you money on taxes. So it's the idea of getting the documents and things done prior to your mint so that that money that comes in from your mint will go right into your corporate bank account, and that is what's tax free. That's the biggest mistake I see a lot of projects making. They're saying, okay, we're going to go do our mint, and then we're going to go ahead and get registered. That's okay. We're not going to tell anybody not to do that, but you will be paying taxes on your mint money, but then everything after your registration will then be tax free.
Yeah, and yeah, so to sort of go dig in a little bit more on that is, for example, if you did a big mint, you pull $500,000 out, you don't register, you just put it into a personal wallet, and you have all the intention of being sustainable and building for longevity, but you don't register.
You froze. Waiting for you to come back.
Am I still frozen?
No, there you go. You're back now. I see you now.
Okay, good. So yeah, I think I was saying is like, you do well on your mint, you just you just do what you do, you put it into your personal mint wallet, you don't do any registration, but you have all the intentions of building for sustainability and for the long term, right?
Yep.
Then what is to stop the tax man come looking for his tax that's due 6 months, a year, even 2, 5, 10 years down the line? This can happen, right? So again, it's not the FCC this time, but it's certainly someone who's going to come looking. And this
especially if these lawsuits are going to start coming out, and it's going to bring more visibility to the whole space. And so it's one of those things where, again, we advise to make sure that you're regulated, and you're working within wherever the jurisdiction is. You're doing everything as legal as could be for the time, without thinking, it's not as regulated now as it could be. So I'll just make sure I work in the gray area, because you never know when they're going to look back.
I think, let's remember, right? All of us want mass adoption, right?
Yeah.
How does that happen? It happens by a load of court cases and a load, sadly, of negative crap coming from the centralized people, right? That's what's going to happen. So make sure that doesn't happen to you by registering and just doing these basic fundamentals of any real business, right? Yes, crypto, if you came in 2020, late 2020, early 2021, you're balling. You've had a great time. Let's be honest, potentially you're going to get a knock at the door this year, early next year. When that mass adoption kicks off, they are going to be going through all of this stuff, Let's remember we've got USDCs coming. Let's remember we've got this, the central bank and digital currency is on its way. When that happens, things are going to change. So be sure, be ready, and do things right is what I would say. And if you can't afford it, like you said, Michael, borrow the money if you're serious, and your tax savings alone will pay that back if you're serious,
right away.
And the same as your investor, look for the guys doing things properly, because that's a good place to put your money. NFA, do your own research, obviously, but that's a much better place to be investing your hard-earned money than some faceless guy with no shop front, no registration, and no traceability.
And it's sad, because I haven't seen a lot of NFT projects that have shown what they're going to do with their mint funds put 40% aside for taxes. I haven't seen that.
No.
I'm sure there's probably one out there or two, but that's not something that I usually see in the mint funds distribution charts.
Yeah.
And it needs to be, otherwise they're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, with the mindset that we're going for mass adoption and it is going to happen, and the mindset that you want to be the people that minted. Look, if you mint any collection in the next couple of years, you're going to be historically renowned, right? Like, people will look back on this next, like, from 2020 until like 2028. They're going to look back on that, and this is going to be the founding era of a whole new technology, just like the internet. And you can be a part of that, and you can do it right, and you can be there, and you can stand tall, like, when you're looking back, or you can not, and you can be, broke, in jail, or looking over your shoulder. They're kind of your options.
If you could create a project right now and still be an OG in the whole Web3 space, it's not too late. Yes, there were Web3 projects that started back in 2018 or 2019 or whatever, but it's still early right now. You are still going to be an OG project in the space if you make something that stands the test of time and you're still around when mass adoption comes around. Now's the time to actually get into it and do it.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Exciting stuff, man. So I'm feeling good, man. We've covered a lot. I would like to just dig in a little bit to your I know that you are building your accounting software like platform. Give us a little bit of alpha about that and what we can expect to see. I know when it comes to technology and we're building transparently that we can't give dates. And I would never expect you and I would never hold you to dates, but just give us an idea of what exactly is that you are building and what you hope it to become.
Well, what we did, and actually I can pull the website back up again because we talk about it a little bit on our website. So let me just pull up. Let me scroll back up there before I share again. Here we go. Our one-stop gateway right there.
Nice.
Entire screen. Boom.
And this is what. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, this is what we're building here. We're going to have an account management platform where you are going to be able to log in, and you can either do this as one of our NFT holders or as someone who's one of our clients. And you're going to be able to go in and you're actually going to be able to manage your accounts here, which means you're going to be able to do invoicing. You're going to be able to do payments from there. You're going to be able to do your financial accounting and reporting from there. Like I said, you will have to do a report for the UAE government every year just to make sure that you are, not money laundering. It's not
Just to stop you there, that report, like, do you guys help with that, or is that like, do you send a form, or what's the deal there?
Well, we're going to have our platform able to generate that report based on what you enter into it. So that's what the financial and accounting reporting is going to be for. Obviously, we're going to give instructions as to how all that's supposed to take place. We don't expect you to do all that yourself. So yes, we do give assistance with that. We have a crypto swap on there, which is going to be a multi-chain swap. Right now, we've got it integrated with Jupiter, but again, we're an initial scope run right now. We just did our live demo of this on Friday, where we're going to do our scope adjustments. We're adding a couple of things. So our initial phase 1 has just been completed, and we're working through some adjustments on that. But and the swap is part of that as well. Our legal contracts and templates are going to be included on this platform. You're going to have consultant access in there as well, including our AI bot. So you'll be able to go in our legal AI. So you'll be able to go in and ask questions and get information that way, as well as chat support. So you'll be able to talk to us as well. So this is what's going to be on there for our initial release. You're correct. I'm not going to give a specific date on this. We have certain goals that we're going to have for Q4, but I want to make sure that I don't give a full release date for public or even for the testing group that we're going to have, just to make sure that things go the way that they're supposed to go. But also included in this is going to be our Onelink Academy portal, where you're going to be actually able to go in and get access to your educational content. And there's going to be 4 different levels of the educational content, including live coaching as well. So it's going to be as well as easy to get to as self-paced coaching. So it would be a group of videos you'll be able to go in and watch and get self-paced coaching based on certain things like, how do I keep my Discord more active? What are the different types of activities that I could even get to for Discord, which is some of the content that people need to know the answers to. If they want to have a Discord and they want to create a project and they want people to be active, what's popular right now in Web3? What are people using in order to gauge Discord activity, and what are the KPIs for that? These are the types of educational content we're going to have in our self-paced video. Then we're also going to have group coaching, one-on-one coaching, and then the live coaching. So we're going to have 4 different levels of coaching on there as well. Some of them actually changing, on a regular basis as new content comes out. So that's how our Onelink Academy is going to be structured, as well as all of our social media content. That's going to all have access to that as well from there.
That's fantastic, man. And a really exciting, what do you call it? Like utility to an existing, project filled with utility already. So you're essentially putting everything that you're providing into one place for both affiliates and account holders to utilize it in its most sort of simplest format, as well as educating and developing. I love it, man. I think, obviously we're in the bear market. I'm going to be very excited to see where this all goes once we get our eyes and our volume back. And I know you guys have been building this for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And, these things take time. Remember, none of this has been done before, right? There's no blueprints to go to in Web3. All right, there is for like staking and basic stuff, but whenever you're trying to think outside the box in Web3, I know certainly with Uni-Fy, everything has been built from the ground up, coded from scratch, because none of it has existed before.
Correct.
So there is a lot of props to be given for the projects and founders that are pushing the envelope at their own risk and their own expense. They could have easily, and all of us could just not do any of this, and we could quite happily, just put out an NFT project, keep a Discord going, and that would be it. But we're here trying to push the envelope and build something that provides real value and transparency to the users. So I think you're doing a fantastic job, man, both you and Steph.
Just want to make Web3 live forever.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it will.
Want to make the space as legitimate as possible. I want to make it so that enterprises want to come do business here and be able to actually create something that, a new platform for people to actually work on. And it's, incorporate the technology into normal Web2 business. So it's another avenue that I think needs to be explored, and it will live for a while once people realize how powerful it is.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think everything is inevitably going to become an NFT. It will replace barcodes and all of this good stuff in the long run. And we're here as the pioneers, with the selling the pickaxes and the shovels and the pans.
Yes, exactly. So. That's us.
Yeah, man. Well, look, I mean, is there anything else that you would like to cover?
I've covered everything that I had on my plate for this. I wanted you to talk a little bit about Uni-Fy and how we're going to work together on the things that we're going to be able to do aside from just podcasts like this.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Fantastic. So, I mean, Uni-Fy is, I'll give the Uni-Fy sort of generic introduction that I've done, and then I will dig into how Onelink Solutions and ourselves are going to work together to really push forward. I think something that hasn't been seen before in terms of like collaboration and legitimization. So Uni-Fy, we're building on Solana, is a platform that aims to aggregate products and service providers from multiple chains into one user-friendly ecosystem. Our vision is to empower businesses and individuals in the Web3 space by providing a comprehensive solution for Web3 navigation, consistent lead generation, and community engagement. And so what does that mean? As someone who came into Web3 late 2020, early 2021, I have a background as entrepreneurship, affiliate marketing, and various other sort of marketing attributes. And what I noticed coming into Web3 very quickly is that it's all in one form or another affiliate marketing. And I say that because unless you have a community behind you to start with, and then that community is out shouting about your project on the crypto Twitter echo chamber that we all love to go on, you don't really have a voice, and it's very difficult for you to be discovered or found by anyone who isn't in that community already. So that's why I see affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing in Web2 sense is you become an ambassador for a product that you like, or you like the profit margins that you're going to get commission wise, right? So in Web3, this isn't really tracked. You can't trace it. There's not really many people putting out effective affiliate links, and therefore your community is doing this for free, which again, I think gives major sustenance to the fact that these guys are so passionate about the projects that they are shouting about. So they deserve recognition. And certainly you want to find your 1,000 super fans, right? Like we all know in business, you only need 1,000 super fans to be sustainable. And anything above that is wild profits and sort of uncapped potential. So why not have a way to really collate, reward, and track those super fans or big ambassadors? So Uni-Fy, the platform that we are building and have very nearly built, is designed for you to come to. You can create your brand page, which is essentially an on-chain e-commerce website where you would generate let's talk about it from the Onelink Solutions perspective. You would come in and you would build a brand page. You would put on there your company registration, your corporate crypto account registration fees as products that can be bought. And now you can sell those in cryptocurrency, and they would go to your wallet on each sale. But within your brand page is built an affiliate marketing structure, which we're calling community marketing structure, which allows people who register on the Uni-Fy website and decide to promote the product or the services that are available on those brand pages. They can then create an affiliate link for that brand page. They can take that affiliate link now outside of crypto Twitter. They can post that affiliate link on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, wherever they wish. They can blog about it. You now have this Web2 familiar format of a affiliate link. You can now, the Onelink Solutions, you guys will have an affiliate dashboard. You can see who your best performing affiliates are. You can see how they are performing, where they're coming from, where the traffic's coming from, and so can the affiliates. They can see what is their best performing top of funnel, right? So maybe it's their blog, it's bringing the most traffic. They will be able to see that they are getting 50 clicks a day from that blog link, and therefore boost it, and maybe put more ad revenue into promoting that blog post. So that's the first thing that I say the first thing. So you've got your e-commerce page now, right? So let's say you're not as established as Onelink Solutions, you're a new up and coming project. You could come to Uni-Fy, you can create a brand page. You'll be limited in the number of products that you can sell in the first instance, and you have to unlock that through levels of customer feedback and fulfilling orders. But now that you've done that, you've built a sustainable revenue source that is separate to your mint funds. It's separate to your royalties, if there ever will be royalties again. So you've now built a sustainable revenue stream. And the beauty of Uni-Fy is we're not too concerned about Web3 users, right? We know Web3 users, if they want to use a utility from a project, are going to find that utility. They know how to navigate crypto Twitter. They know how to navigate Discord. But these non-native, the Web2 audience, that is where our money is, right? That is where we are going to see the most revenue potential, because that is the largest number of consumers on the internet. Yeah. So what Uni-Fy does is we are pointed at Web2. Okay, so we are promoting Uni-Fy as a whole to Web2 users through various avenues, be it paid advertising, be it these podcasts, be it collaborations. We have a very interesting automation system being set up where you'll be able to generate AI NFT collections, which collects information and then pushes you onto the Uni-Fy website. So what this allows you to do now is take your Web3 facing business and now have a face that points towards Web2, which will inherently increase your revenue stream. The advantage of our affiliate links is they're not dependent on you buying the product that you have generated the link for. So you can generate a link for Uni-Fy, you can generate a link for a brand page, or you can generate a link for an individual product. All of those links take you to Uni-Fy. Now, if you go to that product through the link and you decide to buy it, excellent. That person who sent that traffic will get an automated commission, which is set by the brand page creator in the back end, right? Could be 5%, could be 10%, could be 100%, whatever you want to do. Now, also, if that person doesn't buy the brand that you sent them to or the product that you sent them to, but actually goes off to another brand and buys something else, you're still going to get your commission. So you have this inherent positive feedback loop where no matter what you're doing, even the brand itself is going to earn a commission. If I come through your brand page link and I buy your something or I buy someone else's something, you will still get a commission. So now you've got two sustainable revenue streams, right? You've got one from your products and services that you're selling on the brand page, and you've now got another one just by promoting your brand page and your products. If anyone comes through that links and buys something, you're also getting a commission. So now, it's like a win-win, and that's how we've tried to make it. Like, we're not here trying to really take away from anyone. We're trying to add value to everyone and make building a unified brand page a no-brainer, because
totally.
Yeah, like, if you think of the internet as a web, right? And you're in the middle of the web, you're the predator, you're the spider, or however you want to look at it. The more strands of web you have going out that lead back to your brand, the better. So even if you've got an existing high performing website, even if you've got all of these things, you can still have a unified brand page, because why would you not have another place to collect traffic? And not only that, Web 2 based traffic as well. So that really excites me. And then going into how Onelink Solutions and Uni-Fy are looking to work together is something that we're sort of in the early stages now. We're calling upsells. So when you go through the process of building your brand page, you will answer a series of questions. Well, not answer questions. You'll go for a form, right? And in the form, be like, what's your brand? What's your name? Company details, bio, product pictures, logo, all of this sort of stuff. Boom, generate page. In the interim, the generate page button will take you to the next page. And on that page, there will be recommended upsells for new brands. And on those brands, right, on those upsells will be Onelink Solutions company registration. Okay, so if you are serious, you are now being presented with a legitimate, tried and tested provider of company registration. Okay, so now,
cool. I like that.
Yeah. So, another thing would be next to that would be with Chronicle only subs. Okay, so it was our first ever podcast interview, which was audio only. These guys specialize in building Discords. Right, so now we know that you've built a brand page. You're hopefully trying to build a sustainable business. You need to go and register your business with Onelink Solutions, who we recommend you do so. And then you need a Discord. So now there's another upsell on there, and that is with only subs. So now they're going to click that, and they're going to have a Discord generated, managed, and maintained by a professional team with full security. So that you're not going to be getting scam links dropped in there.
Especially with Discord adjusting all of their permissions lately, like there's a new one that just came out today that lets them hide links. Did you see that?
I get the feeling that maybe Discord are the scammers, but we won't get into that.
Well, who would allow you to hide a drainer link? Like, it just makes no sense that you can hide links now. It's like, it's so, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was so shocked. The first thing I thought was like, right, if I knew I was the main access point for a load of crypto projects, how would I take full advantage of them?
It literally is unbelievable. I couldn't believe that was actually something that was. So anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And so we know this technology moves so quickly, right? Everyone is developing quickly. So, here's the example of both of these upsells, right? Uni-Fy is going to be using Onelink Solutions to register the company. Why? Because it makes sense. All the things we've spoken about, right? Upsell, one, boom. Right. Next, I built my own Discord for Uni-Fy when we first started. Yeah. And I got it audited by Chronicle Crondale, the founder, who is the founder of Only Subs. And he went in and he said, it looks awesome, but you've got a million different roles. You've got like 3 different security bots, like which one is doing what. And I was like, to be honest, I don't know. Like, I followed a YouTube video to build this Discord. Right. So, I basically said, look, I believe in investing in our partners. Right. So, and by saying that, I mean people that we're going to work with. Why not put our money where our mouth is and be the guinea pigs for you guys to prove that this is something that works? So we went straight to Only Subs, and they're the ones who built our unified Discord. And I needed channels. I messaged them. Boom. One of the team had done it within the hour. I needed different roles added. Boom. They added it. One of the team had done it in the hour. Like, they're available 24/7. So,
sweet.
So now in this upsell page, this will be populated by providers like yourself, the network that you were talking about, which is another thing that we've spoken about, where they would then be put on these upsell pages because we have tried and tested them for you, right?
Yep.
You don't need to be experimenting. You go on Fiverr and you get like 10 shit gigs for every one half decent one. We take all of that out and we make sure that these guys are proven track record providers if they're on the upsell page. Those upsells will also be discounted at a rate that you will never see again once you click create page. You won't be able to go back and buy them at that price. They'll still be discounted slightly to brand page owners, but they will definitely not be the same price as they are on that initial upsell page. And so this gives this positive feedback loop again to our partners like yourselves, where we are sending you hot leads. So they've already bought your package and now, boom, they're straight into your Discord. They're working with you. They're building everything else out. And that helps us in the sense that we get a commission and we also provide value to all of our users. Did you have any questions on anything I've said so far?
No, that's beautiful. I can't wait for us to start working together a little more.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, man. Like, what we said about times, we're close, but we're not there.
Yeah, same here. Yep.
And so what was the other point that I wanted to get onto then? Oh, I lost my trail of thought. So Uni-Fy is aggregating products and services. It's cross-chain, right? So it doesn't matter if you're on Ethereum, doesn't matter if you're on Aptos, come here, create a brand page. It's all good. We are, the MVP is obviously minimum viable product. That is very close to launch. Once we've done that, the first upgrade is to allow all of the accounts and wallets to be created using wallets as a service. So you would just sign up with an email, right? There's no barrier to entry now, because obviously our audience are the Amazon sellers, the Etsy sellers, the eBay sellers, the dropshippers, right? These are the people we want to bring on. Let's remember, if you want to be an affiliate and you just promote the Uni-Fy page and you've got a dropshipper who's doing a 10K a day product, you're going to get commission off all of that. On top of that, if for any reason you don't necessarily want to build a brand page, we have our APIs available to license. So you can integrate all of our analytics dashboards, automated referral payouts and everything else into existing platforms. And the way we're looking at this is actually we're going to make this like our main affiliate product for Uni-Fy. You would probably only be able to promote the license if you are a registered affiliate within Uni-Fy. And those licenses will be fairly substantial commissions and they'll be lifetime recurring.
Sweet.
So, this gives, again, more opportunity to those people that maybe are not familiar with Web3, but are familiar with with affiliate marketing. Imagine you've got an email list, right, that is filled with business owners, and you come to Uni-Fy and you discover Onelink Solutions, and now you can drop a potential commission, 2.5 commission opportunity on a £10,000 to a £5,000 to $20,000 deal to 100,000 emails that you've already get, and you get a 5% conversion rate on that. Like, that's unheard of, and you don't even need to be involved with any of it. You don't need any NFTs, right? We are doing an NFT collection, but we're not doing an NFT collection for any of this. This is all already built with our own money, both myself and AlphaSci. We've been in this ecosystem long enough to have seen what not to do very, very well.
Yeah. That's unfortunately, those are the first lessons you learn.
Yeah, exactly. And normally it's expensive, painful, and frustrating.
Yep.
So then what else can you do? So let's say now you've built your brand page, okay, and you have gone onto the upsell page. Within that upsell page, there will also be funnel building. There'll be marketing packages. So you can instantly now, you'll be able to create your brand page, register your business, build a Discord, and you haven't even lifted a finger. You've just clicked a few buttons, right?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, now you need to funnel traffic to your offerings, right? We'll build you funnels straight off the bat, ready to go, high performing funnels. We will put marketing material together for you and a marketing package offering full marketing support, as in we'll do everything for you. It's not us. This is another partner. This is one of their offerings. So we are incorporating our partners and offering them lead generation without them having to do anything.
I want in.
Yeah, man, you're in. You know you're in, brother. You're the OG. And that being said, is if you do come into the Uni-Fy Discord at the moment, automatic OG is being applied. So jump in our Discord. Link is in our bio on Twitter, and you can find it everywhere. But yeah, so I mean, that's where we are. We're very, very close to closed beta testing. You will be the first on there, Michael, my man, along with many others. And we're really excited. Like, again, we don't give dates and we don't give times because we've been in the ecosystem long enough to know that most times they get blown out of the water until you have it done, and then you unlock it. So that's our sort of, that's where we are. With our ethos regarding releasing our software. We haven't done a big push on marketing for the same reason. We understand, no doubt, there's going to be some bugs to deal with in the beta testing. And remember that we have coded this entire platform. I mean, my dev is just like on second to none. And, again, within that is full dev services. So the beautiful thing, going back to the Onelink Solutions relationship, is we are building the window and the aggregation platform for the network of which those people that you spoke about earlier, the ones that you've tried and tested, they're registered, they're serious. You will be passing them to us to register for a brand page, which initially, for the foreseeable future will be completely free to do. And so now that when you go to Uni-Fy, you are going somewhere that is filled with legitimate sellers. We will have levels, seller levels. So the more you sell, the better the feedback. The higher you go, the more you unlock. There are escrow payments, so you do not get instant payouts. It is all escrowed. We've written custom contracts for all of this. So, we are here for the long run, and we are aiming and trying our best to do things properly at Uni-Fy.
Awesome, man. I'm excited. We're going to have some fun together.
Yeah, man. No doubt. But yeah, look, it's been awesome, man. And my mouth is dry. I need a drink.
I hear you.
And I'm gonna have to run. Too.
I'm gonna have to run one of the kids out to one of their activities here pretty soon. So
there you go,
that time of the evening.
Yeah, man. So let's wrap it up. And all I want to know now is if anyone wants to get in touch with you, where do they go? How do they do it? And before you say that, I would kindly ask everyone who does go after watching this podcast over to Michael, Stefan, Onelink Solutions to use the code Uni-Fy so that they're aware that we've sent you. We can gain a commission, which really helps us build. We are bootstrapping everything. And you may get a minor discount. So go ahead, man. Drop your socials. Where can everyone get in touch with you? How do they find you?
The quickest way to get a hold of us would be to go to our Twitter, which is OneLinkPass. That's just one word, just at OneLinkPass, or X, I guess is what they want us to call it now, not called Twitter anymore, but that's what everybody understands it as. You go there, go into OneLinkPass, and then just send us a message there. There's also our link tree there where you can get in. You can go to our website, click on the link to contact us and get started, and you'll be able to get to our Calendly link. And again, just use the code Uni-Fy to be able to let them know where you heard from me, where you heard from us, and then just send me a message. Obviously my name is Michael on here. My Twitter handle is Big Dog Alpha. I'll probably reply to you there, or I'll reply to you from the OneLinkPass account. One way or the other, we'll get back to you, and we'll send you the link so you can schedule an appointment, a discovery call to come talk to us, and then we'll go through all the different specifications on how you can get registered, and how you can get protected, and how you can start saving 20 to 40% of what you pay in taxes every year.
Boom. I love it. Michael, it's been an absolute pleasure as always. We had a few technical issues, but nothing
like last time.
It was smooth. And we will definitely be having you back, man. It's been an absolute pleasure. And
good talk, man.
Yeah, really good, man. We covered a lot. Thanks to all the listeners. And if you are listening to this in the future, it is recorded. Jump in both Discords. Check us out. We're building, and we're here to stay.
Thanks for having me, man.
Pleasure.